Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today's video is going to be a treat. It features Vikings and VoicePlay and The Miracle of Sound, all three of which I happen to be a big fan. Plus, the original song is just so freaking catchy, you will be doomed to be singing "Oh" all day long. So, let's get to it. Wow, it's a really low.
Valhalla Calling. Ships on vigor of the waves are
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. This intro is so freaking brilliant, which I need to always just expect this from VoicePlay, but I somehow get caught by surprise still. It's like really, really cool. I love the way that there are moments where the harmony is extended out. I love the way it feels so full, even though we just have voices and really environmental percussion happening here. It's got so many good elements. I love the anticipation that is built up in it. Okay, back to the beginning. That very, very first sound, I like the way it's got so much depth in it. You hear a stomp and there's like some crunchy sounds as well. Right there. Okay, having studied a little bit of beatboxing with Lane, I think about these things differently now. I think about the tails of each of those sounds initially. There's one that's higher that's like a much, much shorter decay. There's one that's crunchy that it has like different, there's so many different elements and different attack points in it. And then there's like this boomy lower one. It's so cool to hear the different layers and the different attacks and decay on each of them. Right? Like so much just in that initial beat. I love the doubling. And the space.
Valhalla Calling.
That breath. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is super smart because Jay is able to be so personal in that range. He has such an instantly grabbing solo tone in this middle area of a voice. It's really, really delightful. And then you have Jeff, of course, who's like going to like full didgeridoo mode, which really works for this. I love that breath.
Ships on vigor of the waves are skimming, bearing summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning, rise and reign.
Far from the fjords and the ice-cold currents, ravens soar over new frontiers. Sounds and sagas of a fate determined, shields and spears.
Clouds of favor of the
I don't know why it makes me laugh when Jeff drops so low, but it does. It's like a laugh of uncomfortable belly grumble because it's so low. Oh, I want to come back. It's so quick and fast how they're switching the part around, this lead melody, and it's fascinating. It really makes my mind just go faster because it's following all of these different voices.
vigor of the waves are skimming, bearing summits to the
I love that early harmony.
horizon is a new
Hi, Lane.
beginning, rise and
I love also that Lane is primarily doing beatboxing or vocal percussion in this group, but he also is doing tons of singing. He's a good singer too. And it's so cool to hear how each of these moments has a different type of harmony layered in. It's extremely detailed.
Ships on vigor of the waves are skimming, bearing summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning, rise and reign.
Far from the fjords and the ice-cold currents, ravens of a fate determined, shields and spears.
Vows of favor or the thrill of plunder, pull together for the clan and kin. Clank of hammers and the crash of thunder, pound within.
Okay, let's come back a little bit again. Listen to the ways that we have different layers underneath in the voices, and some of them are like the bottom is droning the whole time. I really love the way that Jeff's voice is just this foundation for everything. And then you have other lines that are still long lines, and then other ones that are super short. Again, it's really playing with this idea of attack, decay, how long something is going to be there, or if there's going to be silence so you can appreciate it coming back in again. You even get used to Jeff being on the bottom and those super low notes after a little while. Back a little more. Wow.
Rise and reign.
Far from the fjords and the ice-cold
That
currents,
loses the bass
raven
there.
soar over new frontiers.
The bass drone, I mean.
Songs and
Obviously we have a
sagas
bass
of
singing.
fate determined, shields and spears.
Vows of favor or the thrill of plunder, pull together for the clan and kin.
I love that
Clank of
hook in
hammers
there.
and the crash of thunder, pound within. Oh, the echoes of eternity. Oh, Valhalla calling me. To pluck the strings of destiny. Valhalla calling me.
Oh, I feel like this has given them an excuse to get even edgier with a lot of their different tones. That's awesome. There's definitely a bite that I'm hearing more in everyone's sound. Let's do a quick talk here about who all is happening. Who's singing in this? You have Lane on the far left, right? He's the beatboxer, voice percussionist / also sings. I think he also did this arrangement. And you have Caesar. Caesar tends to sing really high stuff, but they also all have really crazy ranges and are able to really take over any part. Then you have Ellie, who also sings high stuff sometimes, I think Ellie secretly is like the front of a metal band somewhere. He's crazy awesome and has that ability to just bite the sound. And then you have Jeff on the far right, who is super mega low bass man and also does full arrangements of just his own voice because he really can sing every single part out there. It's totally nuts. And then we have Jay, who is their guest, their feature, but used to actually be a part of the regular voice play crew. I'm going to go back again. The textures in this are delightful.
Clank of hammers and the crash of thunder, pound within.
I love his enunciation.
The echoes of eternity. Valhalla calling me.
That's great.
To pluck the strings of destiny. Valhalla calling me.
Valhalla calling me.
Oh my gosh. What? It's like it just exploded into a whole different section that's amazing. And I have to go back to this one still, and then we'll get to this new section because listen to the breath in the background. It's so cool. I love the way that Lane layers in breath because it has this extra area where it can sit in the mix and really be heard, even though it's just a breath. It's just where it sits essentially as a frequency is going to be much higher, kind of like more around sibilance. Okay, so listen, there's breaths in and out that happen, and then there's this like cool breathy thing he does, bridging it into the next section.
Valhalla calling me.
There.
To pluck the strings of destiny. Valhalla calling me.
Valhalla calling me.
That.
Sails are swaying in the crimson.
Oh my gosh, I just feel like the heavens broke loose and showered down a cappella goodness. One more time.
The strings of destiny.
much teeth. Oh my gosh. That is such a cool breakdown there. I love the way that the screen did that shake and brought us into this section. I like the way we have more production on the voices here. It really gives a feeling of a totally different section, but it's still the same song. It's such a cool additional layer, an additional way to liven up the music, even though you've only got voices. Only have voices. I mean, it's still only voices, because if you think about an orchestra and like 50 pieces of instruments plus a voice, no, just voices. It's so amazing what they can do with that limitation to make it seem like it's not a limitation at all. I'm going to go back one more time, guys. That was just such a cool section.
Self-destiny. Valhalla calling me.
Valhalla calling me. Swaying on the crimson river, blood and glory in the fighting field.
Shields are shattered into splintered timbers, iron and steel. Fires are rising and the bells are ringing. Glory, take us into Odin's halls. Golden glitter and the sound of singing. Asgard's call.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've ever heard Ellie wail that high before. Not like that. Man, I really feel that there's something in this that is allowing for some over-the-top fun exploration of sound. I mean, it's definitely in being just a really awesome arrangement. But also, I think being in characters allows a person to explore their sound more. And this has actually been something that has pretty continuously happened, at least in my journey of watching VoicePlay's music. I see them consistently taking on different characters and exploring their sounds more and more and more. And suddenly you'll hear one of them pop out something that you go like, wow, where did that come from? That's incredible. And oh, wow. Just as a note to all of you that you should always, please keep on making weird noises, because it makes you a better singer, a better expressionist, person who makes lots of expressions. And I think it just makes life more fun.
Shields are shattered into splinters.
Let's go back more.
Blood and glory in the fighting field.
That, I love these rah that happens every now and then. It actually reminds me a little bit of Disturbed, the way he sometimes coughs up a hairball in the middle of a song for effect.
The crimson river, blood and glory in the fighting field.
Shields are shattered into splintered timbers, iron and steel. Fires are rising and the bells are ringing. Glory, take us into Odin's halls. Golden glitter and the sound of singing. Asgard's call.
I have so much respect for that. Like, Ellie's voice has got some serious weight that he can pull into it, and it has tons of edge he can put into it. That is some really, really high sustained wailing with lots of enunciation. Super massive respect, Ellie.
Splintered timbers, iron and steel. Fires are rising and the bells are ringing. Glory, take us into Odin's halls. Golden glitter and the sound of singing. Asgard's call. The echoes of eternity.
Ooh, I wonder what made that sound. It's so interesting.
Of
the door.
The echoes of eternity. Valhalla calling me. To pluck the strings of destiny.
Oh, nice. Nice. Oh man, he's like getting some like good wail in his sound too. Let's go back a little bit. There's this really cool bridge sound again. I feel that a cappella music today, when it really, really grabs me, it's partly grabbing me because there are so many moments of ear candy that get put in throughout. It's just like here, 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 here. It's so extraordinary and so fascinating and interesting and delightful to my ears. I love the way we had this expansion of harmonies as they raise in pitch. Here, a little further. And then that awesome vocal percussion to sort of snap it off was super, super cool. I like the production of the percussion too. It sounds just massive. Further.
Valhalla calling me. To pluck the strings of destiny.
Yeah.
Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me.
Oh my gosh. What a jump. Like, that's so tough to do, but with that much like gusto and so much extra bite too. Wow.
Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me. Feeling like a king, I'm more like a guy. Feeling eternal like I'll never die. Getting revenge and eye for an eye. Ready for battle and ready to fight. Ready for war, right at the drop. Ended with blood from the head of my ops. This how I go, it don't ever stop. This what I do, I'm up at the top. Wrap the hell raining down. When it come, they hit the ground. They all end up 6 feet under. Their souls end up in the clouds. Fight for the crew cause we'll bleed and we'll brawl. Always protect to be free, never fall. Pray for the glory, the conquer the creed, and we'll never forget Valhalla.
Oh my gosh, I loved that section. I really love the way they have kept this song just so grabbing at every single moment. But it's so cool to see Jay go off into this particular rap and style. By the way, he did such a good job of, The Princess and the Frog. They did Friends on the Other Side. He portrayed that character in an amazing way. And it's so cool to see him get into this character too. I love the way his eyes are widening. This rapping is so intense. I love the switch there.
King, I'm more like a guy, feeling eternal like I'll never die. Getting revenge and eye for an eye. Ready for battle and ready to fight. Ready for war, right at the drop. Ended with blood from the head of my ops. This how I go, it don't ever stop. This what I do, I'm up at the top. Wrap the hell raining down. When it come, they hit the ground. They all end up 6 feet under. Their souls end up in the clouds. Fight for the crew cause we'll bleed and we'll brawl. Always protect to be free, never fall. Pray for the glory, the conquer the creed, and we'll never forget Valhalla.
Wow. Listen to how they produced that section too. The way that they brought his voice and speaking really far forward and took the other voices really far back in the mix is great. It's like almost like there's a kind of like a warm sheen over everything, and then his is super bright and present. And it's like the other members suddenly are subtle somehow.
King, I'm more like a guy, feeling eternal like I'll never die. Getting revenge and eye for an eye. Ready for battle and ready to fight. Ready for war, right at the drop. Ended with blood from the head of my ops. This how I go, it don't ever stop. This what I do, I'm up at the top. Wrap the hell raining down. When it come, they hit the ground. They all end up 6 feet under. Their souls end up in the clouds. Fight for the crew cause we'll bleed and we'll brawl. Always protect to be free, never fall. Pray for the glory, the conquer the creed, and we'll never forget Valhalla.
It's almost like he gets a little distortion or a little like overdrive in his sound too. I love the way just his fundamental speaking and this rapping voice has so much buzz in it as well. Just this speaking has got really nice efficiency in the vocal folds. It's really cool. Go back just a little bit more to where it seemed like that drive kicked in more.
My ops, this how I go, it don't ever stop. This what I do, I'm up at the top. Wrap the hell raining down. When it come, they hit the ground. They all end up 6 feet under. Their souls end up in the clouds. Fight for the crew cause we'll bleed and we'll brawl. Always protect to be free, never fall. Pray for the glory,
Right there.
the conquer the creed, and we'll never forget Valhalla.
That's so beautiful, Caesar.
Echoes of eternity. Valhalla calling me.
Wow. I'm digging how everybody has a character, which is something that I've come to expect from VoicePlay, but it's something that must be appreciated. I think you have to have really, really strong members to be able to pull this off. You can't have a weak link in there, which thank goodness they don't. And then I just want to point out one of my favorite things about this particular character for Jeff is the way he's constantly got like a side smile. I've seen side smiles from him before, but I feel like this particular Viking is all about the side grin. Let's see if I can get closer.
The echoes of eternity. Valhalla calling me.
To pluck the strings of destiny. Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Those fills, it's like almost an overload of so many amazing sounds. Sheesh. Yikes. It's so good. Also, I think Jeff and Ellie are like at least 2 octaves, maybe 3 apart. I'd have to go pluck some notes on a keyboard. We're going to keep going right now. It's just so cool how far apart they are split and it sounds so good together.
Eternity. Valhalla calling me.
To pluck the strings of destiny. Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me.
That. Oh my gosh. Okay, like the way that it feels like things fill up the back of my headphones. I almost feel like I'm hearing voices.
Calling me.
Man.
Valhalla calling me.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling.
Oh my gosh. Do you hear that super high note? I think that's Ellie again in the background. Oh my, what, has his range grown? Like, sheesh.
Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling.
Wow. That might be Caesar up there. Okay, we're gonna go back one more time. I love the way that there's some pitch slides that happen in there as well. And the way that they give us this space right before to have everything drop so it can come back in and just stick an awesome landing of vocal goodness.
Me. Valhalla calling me.
Oh gosh.
Valhalla calling.
So smart. Oh, that decay on the top. Perfect. Amazing. I already liked this song. I already liked the video game too. I already liked the version with Peyton as well on Miracle of Sound. Oh my gosh. There are some good versions of the song out there, but holy crap. This is like next level. This is really, truly just so delightful from beginning to end and full of so many bits of ear candy, and I totally love it. And I feel that VoicePlay has just gone up to the next level. Like, where can you go from here? It's so incredible. If you want to see this journey of VoicePlay over time and some analysis of them, you can check out this playlist over here. And I hope that VoicePlay is going to come out with more Viking music because I still need more Viking music. We can always have more Viking music. May you fall more in love with music every day.